Hi, this is Jody Maley here with the Heart-Centered Entrepreneur, and to just have some fun here. I hope you guys have a pen and paper handy, and we're going to be talking about selling from your soul, knowing yourself, how to do sales in an authentic way, and how to speak the love language of your ideal client or customer. You know, if you're here, it's because you left something behind. Maybe it was a job in corporate or a steady salary, a title even, but it was a path that looked good on paper. And in the inside, you just knew that that wasn't a right fit for you anymore. And you heard that whisper, there's got to be something more. So you walked away to build something new, to coach, to write, to create, to heal, to lead. But no one tells you that once you've left behind kind of that system, that you're left face to face with the hardest part, selling yourself, not your work, not your product, but yourself. And this is where most coaches, healers, and creators hit a wall like, bam! And it's not because they're not good at what they do, but it's because you don't know yet how to bring your soul into the sale. So this is why traditional sales it just doesn't work anymore. In corporate, there were scripts, probably systems, approvals, hierarchies. You could hide behind kind of the brand, the team and the company, but now you're the brand. And although that's pretty liberating for some people, for a lot of people, it could be totally terrifying as well. Because suddenly you're being told to, niche down, or you're unprofessional, sell high ticket, or you're going to, because you don't value your work, using scarcity, or you're going to miss the sale. And every fiber in here, I don't know about you, but that's what's me. Every fiber of your being whispers, that's just not me, because it's not. You didn't leave corporate to become a carbon copy of internet marketing tactics. You left to be free. So it's time to remember that sales isn't about pressure. It's about presence. It's not about pitching. It's about connection. And it's not about convincing. It's about resonance. I remember when I was first, I was a regional vice president of a company at the time, and I had one of my consultants under me, because I was, of course, training them the way we were being taught. This is what you do. This is what you say. This is how you say it. But what was happening at our shows is that she wasn't really selling very, very much at all. In fact, she was ready to quit, to give up, to go, this is not working for me. And I asked her to invite me, if it was okay with her, to go along with her. And I went to one of her shows. And the funny thing is that she was telling one of my kind of silly jokes for me. It worked for me, but when she told the exact same thing, it fell flat. And here's the thing. We have this flavor of sales, but we're being taught by someone who has their own different flavor. And you're not going to have that same flavor. So when I realized that she was telling kind of my jokes that worked for me, not really for her, we just shifted that change. We changed it a little bit. And all of a sudden, when she was speaking her true self, her authentic voice, her sales went from like ready to quit up to here. Because I don't want you to be anybody else. And right now, with all of this kind of bro marketing and other things out there, it's really got to be kind of a mirror image of you right now, right? Because a sales call, it's not just a transaction. It's a mirror. It shows you, And for a lot of people, it's kind of funny because they're like, they want maybe an external validation. It could be even as you're doing into your call where your voice gets shaky. Like, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people that, especially in this industry, where if you're one-to-one coaching or one-to-many coaching or whatever, And people go, it usually takes an initial kind of some sort of a sales call, because people aren't going to just spend thousands and thousands and thousands without first meeting you. And a lot of my clients get, that, man, I'm just wet under the armpits. I got to go on to a sales call and I have no idea how I'm going to come across. Your voice can get shaky. You can overgive, right? That's the other thing too. You have somebody in front of you, you're so excited, and then you just, blah, right? But this is where your old corporate patterns are still running the show. But it also shows you the power of your presence, the clarity of your vision, the truth in your energy when you speak without filter. For myself and for my clients, and I've actually been teaching personality and personality dimensions, now human design, for 23 years now. And the thing is that when you have clarity and you have conviction and you just embody yourself and holding your space with integrity, this is your space, people see that reflection. And when you hold it with integrity and with service, conversation just shifts. And it goes from performance to partnership. So that's the first step of the sales conversation, is to know who you are, how you come into the conversation. And then the second key to the conversation is speaking their love language, a transition over. Because just like that leader or that coach, or whether you were in corporate, whoever's kind of training you, they're going to be training you in their voice, their power. But I want you to learn your voice, your power, not their power, not their voice. Who are you? I actually coined a hashtag true self years ago, because that's what I do for people. Who are you in a sales conversation? How are you showing up authentic to your voice? Because how I taught my leaders, there's like 6 different voices. And of that, there's 6 different flavors. Not everybody's supposed to be speaking from stage. I'm not very good at blog writing. Some people are good at blog writing or writing a book. But I help people birth babies, books, blogs, getting to know who you are, who you really are, and your loving gift to the world, because you're all here for a purpose. And then transition into number 2, right? The sales, the love language of your ideal client. And your ideal client doesn't need more information, right? They can go on the internet, right? Thankfully for the internet, but there's like almost information overload. Sometimes when I meet with potential clients, it's like they have research and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, but they need activation. They need you. They need whatever your purpose is here on planet Earth. And I'm so thankful for Anne for giving us this space here, where we all, as coaches and trainers, course creators, authors, healers, whatever it is that you are doing, I'm so thankful for a space of women like this, that we all have a bit of a different flavor. Everyone makes the comments like, we all want a piece of the pie. I'm like, guess what? You can actually make your own pies. You can create them with all different flavors. Sometimes somebody might have a pie that you have that doesn't resonate with them, and that's okay, right? Because when we want to create more, we just make more. Kind of a unique thing. But there's so much space. And especially if you're a woman who you have something, and you're probably the best kept secret here on the planet Earth, and you know that your purpose is specifically there for a reason. But it's, how do you speak their love language? When your client's sitting in front of you, they're silently asking a couple questions. Can I trust myself through you? Is it safe to say yes to what I really want? Will you hold me through my doubt? And if your energy says yes, the sale is made already. They just need to catch up. And so this is where you actually become the bridge between the two, right? You're going to be a bridge between these two things. So it's knowing about you in an authentic sales conversation. It's knowing the love language of your ideal person, client, customer, your niche, your tribe, your vibe, whatever you want to kind of say it over here. But you have to be the bridge between the two, right? And to build this bridge, you have to be a little bit logical. You have to be safe. Some of the old bridges think that you have to be perfect, okay? Or be small. Like those are the old bridges. We're here to build a new bridge. But you've left that world behind, right? You wanted freedom. You wanted to embody what freedom feels like. And that's what makes you magnetic. It's from what you came from to the transition and hope that you can give your client that makes them build a new bridge of trust, safety, security. And it's not a perfect funnel. It's not even a perfect offer, but it's you. Now let's do a real way forward. So let me just say this clearly. Sales in the new era, because there's a new era coming in, if you guys are not feeling this already. But this new era isn't about pressure or the FOMO, the fear of missing out. It's about presence. It's not about hype, because I think we've all been there, done that, seen that hype, right? If you do this, you're going to get this. Come on in, come on in. I mean, look at me. I'm not a hypey person, and I make great sales. Because it's not about hype. It's about honesty. I fail forward and backwards. And I mean, sometimes it's a hot mess watching my failures. But that's exactly who I am. I am here as a visionary leader, right? And so as a visionary leader, I have to figure it out. I have to bounce around, figure it out. What works, what doesn't work, what works, what doesn't work, and then lead it. Oh, this worked. Or, oh, this failed. Maybe stay away from that. And now that you left that world behind, you can guide your ideal clients out of that world too. And you don't need to push them. You just need to embody, be your true self, and to embody what freedom feels like. And that's what makes it magnetic. I don't have it right here in front of me, but let's say we have like a ball. This is what people call, the attraction marketing. But attraction marketing goes like this, that if you have a ball and you just drop the ball, this is the attraction. You're just dropping the gold, dropping the nuggets, dropping it. And if you drop a ball from here, the ball would go down and come back, maybe up, back into your hand. That's the sale. That's the sales call. You're dropping the nuggets, okay? However, what most people fail to do is that you actually need some kind of inspired action. And then this is what makes it into a really yummy, juicy offer for you. Because when you know who you are and you're speaking from that place, right? And you go like this, and instead of dropping the ball, you give it a little bit of inspired action. What happens? Okay, give inspired action to your client or customer on the sales call. The ball drops down and then boom, it comes right back up into your hand super fast. See that? Inspired action, drop it right back up. And when you speak from that inspired action place and you actually connect to the human in front of you, they're not statistics, they're not numbers. You lead by who you are. And when you speak in their authentic voice, how they want to be sold to, and give them some sort of inspired action that you have them here, And you can connect to that human in front of you. You're not there to convince them. But when you connect, it's an invitation. It's not just to get to the yes, right? But it's to kind of hold a mirror for them, is what I like to say. Because when you're grounded in who you are, your values, your story, the transformation that you can give, your voice just becomes a beautiful permission slip for that other person, you knowing you, and it gives a permission slip for that other person to go, yes, please. That's the kind of sales that it really just doesn't fill your calendar. It changes lives. Because you're on a new path. You left a world that you didn't want for freedom, only to get tethered in by a bunch of weird gurus telling you, do this, do that, do this. You need this, you need that. And your whole head's going, oh my gosh, all I need to do is do the sale. But what you're here meant to do is to change lives. It's your new path. It's your new paradigm. And if you've just felt that it's just been, why is it so hard? It's just that because these old ways are shifting into new ways. And that these old ways, they don't actually fit the bigness of who you're becoming. Okay? Let that be your permission. It's not about selling more. It really isn't. It's about showing lit up from within. Because when you do that, people don't just buy what it is that you have to sell. They rise. And in this new paradigm shift, I want to see you guys rise. I'd love to see you in the comments. Do a little bit of a shift here. What is it that you are here to do? What's your purpose? Who are you showing up as? And then speaking the love language of your ideal client. It attracts them in. All right, so that's what I have for today. It was short, it was sweet, but definitely two different things here going on of how you can have more sales. Show up in who you are. Let them know what the transformation is going to be. And speak the love language of your ideal client or customer. All right, this is Jody Maley with the Heart-Centered Entrepreneur and Three Queens Consulting. And again, thank you so much, Anne, for allowing me to come into this space and to hopefully give someone just a little bit insight. There are so many amazing women in this group, and I know that you're one of them. And I can't wait to hear your story too. All right, bye for now.